just want to give you a little bit of an input on the apprenticeship system in Ireland. Apprenticeship is governed by a statute act within Ireland. The body with responsibility for apprenticeship is SOLAS, and SOLAS is a state organisation. Apprenticeships are for a minimum of 4-year duration. The entry into it is through the employer. The employer recruits the individual. The minimum entry requirements for entering into an apprenticeship is 4 grade Ds in a junior cert or equivalent from any country in the world. That junior cert is generally as a result of 3 years in a second level education system. However, the majority of employers look for a much higher standard than this. They would be looking for people who would have done up to 5 and 6 years in second level education and coming out with leaving certificate. The apprenticeship there's 26 or more trades in the apprenticeship system at the moment. The employer will apply to the organisation of SOLAS for approval to train an apprentice. A training advisor like myself will go out there and assess the company for its suitability from the point of view of does the company have adequate training for the apprentice, and has the apprentice the minimum entry requirements to enter into the trade. The apprenticeship has a total of 7 phases in all. The majority of the apprenticeship is spent with the employer in the workplace. That's 4 phases, and there's 3 of those phases, 3 out of the 7 is in a training or education facility. From recruitment, the apprentice will spend a minimum of 3 months with the employer, for the employer to determine suitability and for the apprentice to establish whether this is really the type of thing that they want to do. Is this the trade that I like? And if both parties are happy after 3 months, then we look to see where we can accommodate the apprentice on his first off-the-job phase. And this is called phase 2, and it's generally in a SOLAS training centre, and it has a duration of 26 weeks, which is 6 months. If they're successful on that, they'll go back out to their employer on phase 3. Phase 3 is for a duration of approximately 1 year. There's assessments that the employer has to complete on them when they're there with the employer, and on successful completion of that, they're returned to the organisation of SOLAS, and the next stage then is back into an institute of technology, which is an educational institute, for a 10 to an 11-week period. The training in there is theory with a significant amount of practical as well. And if the apprentice is successful getting through that, they go back out to their employer again for the next phase, which is phase 5. Phase 5 is approximately a year again with the employer. On successful completion of that, back into a 3rd level institute, the Institute of Technology, for phase 6, another duration of 10 to 11 weeks. On successful completion of that, they're back out to their employer to complete the last and final phase of their apprenticeship, which is phase 7. I should mention that if the apprentice is not reaching the standard at all times throughout this programme, the authority in SOLAS will write to the employer and write to the apprentice and advise, you haven't reached the standard and we're going to remove you from the apprenticeship system. This system is open to entry from all over the world. If you are coming from some other country in the world with a qualification, you can have that qualification compared to our Irish system, and you can get recognition for having completed or having reached a particular standard along that 4-year line, and we will decide where you would fit in to those 7 phases. So it's open to all. What I want to talk about now is the qualification at the end of the apprenticeship. The qualification is a certification at FETAC level 6. That's our certifying body within this country. With this qualification, it affords you it has national and international recognition. So a lot of our apprentices are emigrating. They're going all over the world with the qualification that they have. It also affords them the opportunities to progress into third level education and achieve, degree at level 7 or level 8 and further on up. The most popular of the trades in demand at the moment is in the electrical sphere, and we have 3 trades in that family. We have the electrician, and the electrician would be involved in installation, new installation, also involved in factory maintenance. Alongside that, we have electrical instrumentation. Now, that instrumentation would be involved in maybe robotic control on production assembly lines. And then we have the third person in that group is instrumentation, and they would be very much involved in robotic control on production assembly lines, diagnostic equipment and dialysis in the hospitals. The other apprenticeships in demand would be in the engineering sphere, and in that we would have tool making, fitting. In the fabrication, we have metal fabrication and sheet metal workers in that.